Thanks to our donors and alumni, over the past 14 years of the Believe campaign, the university, its staff and its students have been able to have a transformative impact on the lives of many around the world. Believe has been the most successful higher education fundraising campaign in Australian history. Thanks to 73,987 individual gifts from nearly 30,000 donors to the university, its colleges and affiliates, the University of Melbourne has been enabled to invest in a remarkable number of major teaching, research and public benefit initiatives. In addition to these remarkable accomplishments, the campaign has seen outstanding contributions made by university alumni as volunteers, mentoring and inspiring thousands of students, supporting the university, and further enhancing its global reputation.
So I remember vividly me and my mum always sort of checking the university website to see what opportunities they had. And then we came across the Hanson Scholarship. From the first day I got here, I definitely got the idea that Little Hall was a safe space, very inclusive. Being a Hanson Scholar has helped my academic journey in that it's provided me with the resources, the assistance that I need, and sort of the closeness to everything. Having that support right there definitely has made me enjoy the university experience more. It's allowed me to make sort of connections that I'll have for the rest of my life. I think scholarships like these ensure that there's enough equity. What they've done here with Little Hall and the Hanson Scholarship has changed every Hanson's life, definitely, and will continue to do so.
The Eastern Bar Bandicoot is facing a number of challenges. So you've had the populations being decimated both by a combination of habitat loss and also predation. We're trying to boost this genetic diversity, collecting individuals from Tasmania, bringing them across to Victoria, and then seeing if they will actually mate. With the help of our donors, what we now have is a good, strong, healthy population of Eastern Bar Bandicoots for the future. Philanthropy is very important in terms of taking some of those ideas that have been out there for years and really starting to push them to fruition, to applied outcomes. As we head towards the next millennium, it's very important for Australians to conserve biodiversity. The Melbourne team has estimated that we actually have a situation where we could contribute to the genetic rescue of 30% of all the endangered marsupials. We've got to do our best to try and protect these species. And this genetic approach that we're using can certainly help to achieve that outcome.
My background's in nursing, so I've always had a heart for equity. That led me into working in Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander health and human rights. When I entered the program, I'd already started doing a bit of work connecting Indigenous nurses around the globe, but really didn't have the objectives for why we were coming together and what would be the impact. So that was my project, to really establish and think strategically about what the Indigenous Global Network of Indigenous nurses would achieve. It can't be understated, the network that's on offer to you once you become an Atlantic Fellow. I really felt very deeply that the Global Atlantic Fellowship is really about making the world a better place. Back when I was young, I never thought that I would have the opportunity to take my dreams and aspirations to the globe. Thank you for the opportunity, but it's not just for me, it's actually been for my family as well and for my community.
For me, it's about getting in and doing something positive with my own community, trying to create the next generation of leaders within my community that hopefully will make that impact down the track. So my program's called Gargaman Darman, which is a Wiradjuri word for young brothers or young spirit. The program is designed for young Aboriginal men between the ages of 15 to 18, designed to introduce traditional land management as a way to engage young men to help build self-confidence, hopefully change the cycle that they may be in. The whole idea of the program is to network and to understand that you're not on this journey alone, that you have other people to lean on, and certainly that's what I've found really helpful so far. It's giving opportunity to like-minded people in making positive impacts across First Nation countries.
I don't think my experience here studying at Melbourne would have been the same had it not been for the Ask Alumni mentoring program. It has allowed me to consolidate what I've learnt in theory to real life. It's allowing you to gain perspectives, and having that holistic view is so important as your career progresses. There's always going to be roadblocks, and having that exposure to a mentor to reflect on your situation is so valuable.
So when I joined the mentoring program, I had to look back on my journey as an international student. I came from the Philippines straight to Melbourne without any idea of what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna do after PhD. So that journey that I have taken and the lessons I learned along the path inspired me to help other students and give them some tips or advice that could help them find the best career. The highlight of the program for me is waking up one day and finding the email of the mentee saying that I got the job.
There's something very beautiful about performing and rehearsing in bigger spaces and ones that were specifically made for instruments and the voice. These new spaces definitely have created an improved performance experience just because of the variety of performances that can be done here.
The South Bank campus on Sturt Street is a wonderful place for music. It's right in the heart of the arts precinct, right next to the recital centre. We have VCA next door and the gallery and the arts centre as well. We've got a really great connection with our community here, and to foster a collaboration between art workers, dance, music and theatre. It's wonderful to come into a room and to be able to have such facilities at your fingertips, but also for the students to feel that they can reach their full potential here.
I had a really tough Year 12 experience. So when I made the decision to come to the University of Melbourne and then to have the scholarship completely unexpectedly, I guess it just kind of confirmed, yeah, this is the right place, and had a dream of going to New York for 6 months. I'd love to undertake an internship at the UN. That scholarship gave me that opportunity. I see scholarships as an investment in potential. It's not just the individual that's impacted, there's that ripple effect that occurs. When you invest in building someone's confidence, I think you instill an intergenerational investment. It was formative in making me feel part of a community and in my desire to want to give back.
I grew up in a little town 2 hours southwest of here called Colac. I always dreamed of coming to the city to be able to study. It's not always accessible for students from low socioeconomic backgrounds. A lot of costs that go into moving, bond and rentals and transport. I initially had to defer my studies for around 18 months just to build myself a buffer through casual work after finishing high school. Being the first in my immediate family to attend university was a big achievement, and having the support from the university really assured my parents that I was going to be looked after and able to complete my studies. And through my time at university, I've realised that education is one of the indicators that really improve quality of life. The donors are wonderful people that give young people like myself the gift of education. You are reversing inequality and giving young people hope and a chance at life. It's a wonderful thing to be able to attend university, and I just want to say thank you to all the donors that make that contribution and improve the lives of many.
I'm so thankful.
Obviously a massive thank you.
I'd love to say thank you.
So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
As we look back at the great achievements that you have made possible through the Believe campaign, I again want to say thank you to everyone. As part of our global community, you believe that our university changes lives and that we make a real difference in the world. That belief and your generosity will continue to have positive effects in the world for generations to come. I sincerely thank every donor and volunteer. These stories and many more would not have been possible without your support.